Today's patio chat is being brought to you locally by Westridge Furniture in Delphus. See it all at your finer outdoor furniture store.
Well, it is graduation commencement season, and joining us today, Father David Ross, and we're going to talk a little bit about the value of college degrees. And thanks for coming today.
Thanks, Holly. Yes, I was doing a little reading over the weekend since we had graduation at LCC a couple weeks ago. I was doing a little reading about what's happening to colleges today, and a lot of people are thinking that they're not worth much anymore. Well, not a lot of people, but some people think it's not worth their money to go on to college because you get an equally good paying job without it. But the statistics show that a person who graduates from college in the very first year will get a 25% premium wage than those who do not. But having said all that stuff, I noticed this article that I read in the journal by Siegelman and what was the other gentleman's name? Sligo. They talk about it from a very pecuniary perspective. They talk about it just in terms of money. Mm-hmm. So, for example, 10 years ago, 74% of people 18 to 29 years old thought it was very important to get a degree. It's fallen now to 41%. And I think
that's a big drop.
It's a big drop.
Yeah.
Some of it had to do with the pandemic, I think, but a lot of it also had to do with the fact that it's far more expensive to go to college now. Certainly. You've got this unbelievable debt afterwards. And consequently, when you get out of college, while you may be able to find a job, you're going to be paying for years down the road just to amortize that debt that you have.
Yeah.
But I noticed in this article, after I read it a few times, that they're looking at it, going to college merely from the point of view, you're going to earn more money when you get out. And I'm looking at it from a different perspective. My college education, those years I spent in universities, were very good in terms of helping round out my perspective of reality. The liberal arts degrees that I got and the other degrees that I was able to receive, they helped round it all out, and just having the experience made a big difference in my life. I'm not sure if you observed the same.
No, yeah, I agree, and I think there's something about, you know, going onto a college campus and doing that kind of thing. Also, though, I thought it was interesting, they're looking at, you know, what do you want to do? Like, do you really need that 4-year degree? Maybe you need, like, the 2-year degree. It's not always you have to do that 4-year degree.
Absolutely.
But I agree, there's something about you can mature, and there's something about, you know, having that college degree.
A number of state governments now are no longer requiring a 4-year degree to work into the government, which I thought is unbelievably generous, I suspect. You know, just because you got letters behind your name doesn't necessarily mean that you have the capabilities of doing something, although it's supposed to prove something. But colleges now are moving from what they used to call learning outcomes to skills outcomes. And I think that's going to be beneficial for the culture as well. To begin to look at what you can do, what skills you can have on the day you walk out the door. Not just for the purpose of earning more money, but for the purpose of enjoying life more.
I agree, because, you know, while I might not make as much money as everybody thinks and stuff like that, I enjoy my job. So, I mean, go to college to do what you enjoy and what you want to do, and you know, it all follows.
For example, in the liberal arts education, even in an education when you get a BS, you're required, from my understanding, on college campuses to take some of those courses that otherwise you would not take because they don't necessarily meld into your pattern, to your discipline, so to speak. So I would just. It's an open question for me, but I look at it not just from the perspective of money. I look at it from the broader perspective.
Well, I think kind of in the end, in this article that we're referencing, they kind of agree, though, that it's worth it to get the college degree.
I think so. Yeah. I do. I believe. It's far more, what's the word they want to use? You have a far greater sense of fulfillment, I think, in looking at the broader perspective of reality.
Well, and I think it says that the degree, you know, gives you more options sometimes,
Options are the secret. Options are the secret, especially in the culture we have today,
I think it's just everybody as an individual needs to look at their situation and what they want to do, and then, you know, so as we're seeing lots of kids graduating and lots of jobs in our area, you know,
lots
Howie's job is always
goes unfulfilled, don't they?
Right, yeah, exactly. So we've got jobs and you got degrees.
Well, as soon as you get out of Apollo, many people are earning far more than I am.
Right, I agree with you. That I know too. So there's awesome jobs out there and awesome degrees. So thanks for coming today, Father,
Thank you,
and bringing
Holly.
this up and talking about it. All right, don't go away. Noon Edition continues in a moment.